Isabella Jane, part of the Isabella Jane and Rosie, and a very warm welcome to you watching Locking Down with Isabella Jane and Rosie. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to ibmtv for having us, for hosting us. It's incredible being here, and I appreciate every moment of being on this amazing team. The team backstage is brilliant. I love all of them. So thank you so much. And before I begin my show, kids who are tuning in, who are going to tune in, I'll keep reminding you, we have got a full hour of family fun entertainment, because when I am done, we've got Tam Dude coming with the School of Positivity, and it's all about using your imagination and coloring and drawing, using shapes. And yeah, please stick around for that. It is the highlight of my week, and I hope that this hour on a Sunday becomes the highlight of your week. So now back to business. I come in two parts. I'm not very good on my own. I'm a little bit awkward. So when I was younger, I thought, how can I communicate better with people? And I thought, I don't really like communicating in general, so I'm going to find someone entirely different to communicate. So I began something called ventriloquism. Now, ventriloquism is basically an art where you have a puppet on your hand and you speak with your mouth closed. But what happened to me was, I believe that Rosie, the little one I'm going to bring up now, is so wonderful, and she's not a puppet. So if you are going to comment, make sure that you address her as Rosie, because she is very real. And I'm going to bring her out now. And if you've been watching over the last couple of weeks, you'd know her quite well already.
Oh, Della, thank you. I don't like being in that box.
Well, can we talk about that later?
No, I want to talk about it now. Why would we talk about it later?
Because we're live, Rosie. Remember we spoke about what live is?
Oh, that means people are watching.
Yes, they're watching.
How long have they been watching?
Well, long enough to know that you don't like being in your box.
Well, it's just dark in there, okay? That's the only thing. I'm not being a diva or anything.
I think you are being a little bit of a diva, Rosie. I think that box is wonderful.
Well, says you've never been in there.
Well, I don't particularly want to go in there, Rosie.
Exactly.
You have got a point there. So why don't we move on, and how about you tell everyone watching hello? That's a good way to start a conversation.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is called Locking Down with Isabella Jane and Rosie. I'm the fun part.
I think we're both fun, Rosie.
No, I'm the fun one. The kids prefer me. Don't you, kids? Just drop the comment if you prefer me, because I know you do. Yeah.
That's not very nice, Rosie.
That I'm fun. Look at me. I'm tiny, and I've got perfect hair all the time, and I wear pink.
Well, I'm wearing pink. I thought I'd match you this week.
I look better in pink.
Okay, thank you very much for that. But we're going to move on now, because you're not being very cool.
Okay, so I want to say thank you to
IBMTV. I've already done that part.
Oh. Okay, well, stay tuned, kids, because next up...
I've already done that too. We've got the School of Positivity.
Why'd you do it all without me?
Well, I was doing like a nice introduction for you. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I want to give the announcements.
Well, how about you give some different announcements? You can have, this is the announcement segment of our show.
Okay. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. Thank you for watching. Announcements are, it's very cold in South Africa. Freezing, like freezing.
Well, freezing is 0 degrees Celsius, so it's not really freezing.
Stop it with your smart answers. It's freezing, Bella. It's very, very cold. We have a cold front at the moment.
Yes, it is very cold in South Africa. We do have a cold front, and we heard now from one of the guys on the team that it's very, very hot in America.
Yeah, I don't get that, how it's cold in one place and hot in the other. Why is that?
Well, you know, the world is so big, and there are different hemispheres, and the sun is in different places, and it's like it's nighttime somewhere else, it's daytime somewhere, it's morning right here, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning in America.
I don't understand that at all.
Well, it is a little bit complicated.
I think one day we should do a whole episode just explaining that, because I don't understand.
Well, does that mean I have to learn it?
Yes, you must learn the information. Does Rosie have a jacket and hat? No! Why don't I have a jacket and a hat?
Because you don't need one. So I've got a question for you watching and for you, Rosie. What is a jacket made out of?
Material.
Yes, jackets are made out of material. Rosie, I've got another question. What are you made out of?
Material.
Cool. So why would you need a jacket?
I don't know. For fashion. Yeah, it's not really that worth it, is it?
No, and we're at the moment, Rosie, because of the coronavirus, we're doing our best to be conservative. So you don't need the jacket, do you?
Oh, no, I do want it.
But you don't need it.
No, don't I want it?
Well, if we were in a place like Malaysia, where it rains a lot, then maybe I could get you a jacket for there.
Well, that's a good idea, but Bella, we can't travel. So I can't go to Malaysia, which means I can't get a jacket.
You're right, we can't travel. But remember, guys, you can go anywhere just using your imagination. And that's exactly what we've been doing in lockdown, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. So, kids, stay tuned, because we're about to go on an adventure to Malaysia. So let's watch. We're going to wait for it to come on. Oh!
Is my puppet pal. Her hair is straight and yellow.
I wear a dress and think of you,
And we both say hello.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Around the World with Rosie. My name is Isabella Jane.
And our lockdown has been extended.
Well, Rosie, I think it's a good thing so we can flatten the curve.
Well, yeah, but now I can't go anywhere.
Rosie, remember that you can go anywhere with your imagination?
Where are we going to go today? Oh, wow! Where are we today?
Rosie, we are in the capital city of Malaysia. We're in Kuala Lumpur.
Koala bears! I love koala bears.
No, not Kuala. Kuala Lumpur. It's the capital city and the biggest city in Malaysia.
What are koala bears?
The koala bears are from Australia.
Oh,
We can go see the koala bears soon though.
yes, okay. Tell me about Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
It was founded a long time ago, Rosie, in 1857.
That is old.
It's very old.
Who found it?
Rosie, the Chinese actually found it, and it was a mining town for quite a long time.
A mining town? That is so pretty now.
It is pretty indeed. It's home to some of the tallest buildings in the world. In fact, it has one of the highest bridges in the world.
How high is it?
It's 42 stories high.
That is high. Can you go to the top?
I think you can go to the top, but I wouldn't want to because I'm very afraid of heights.
But you took me skydiving.
I did, to try and overcome my fears, and it's confirmed. I'm still very afraid of heights. And there's a fly.
Flies in Kuala Lumpur.
And they've got really cool zoos, and in the zoos you can find giraffes, you can find elephants.
It's like being in Africa with all the elephants and giraffes. They're just in Kuala Lumpur.
Rosie, you know that lots of zoos around the world have elephants and giraffes.
It's not just here.
No, you can find elephants and giraffes in many zoos.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Well, another really interesting fact with Kuala Lumpur is you're not allowed to wear an excessive amount of lipstick, apparently.
weird.
I know it is.
What? It's such a strange rule. Can't find lipstick.
I know.
Okay, so Della, yes, why is it called Kuala Lumpur if there aren't any koala days?
Actually, Kuala Lumpur actually means muddy confluence.
Okay, so why is it called that?
Well, often it floods. It rains there a lot and it floods there. So if you're a tourist, don't be too surprised if there's suddenly a flood or a lot of rain. But if you're a local, they know that there's lots of rain, so it's no problem for them.
So maybe we can go sing in the rain in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, we can sing in the rain. In fact, Rosie, I think there's a song in that. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm
Happy again. I'm laughing at clouds.
so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm
Ready for love. I'm singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain.
what a glorious feeling. I'm
Happy again. I'm laughing at clouds.
so dark up above. The sun's in my heart.
And I'm ready for love. Yo, Dilla, you were wearing like a short sleeve when we filmed that.
Well, that proves how long we've been in lockdown. I remember at the beginning of our lockdown here in South Africa, I could swim, I could wear shorts, we could have braais, which is like barbecues outside, and now it's freezing.
It's very cold. We've been in lockdown a very long time, haven't we?
It has been a very long time, but it's calming down now. We're getting there.
But I don't know, Dilla. It feels weird for life to get back to normal, don't you think?
I do think so, Rosie.
And what about the whole mask situation? How long are we going to wear masks for?
Well, remember the reason we wear masks? It's to protect the people around us and to protect ourselves.
But most importantly, the people around us. Remember how you say that a mask is like a superhero's cape. It makes us a superhero.
It does indeed. And what else makes us a superhero, Rosie?
Washing our hands.
For how long?
20 seconds.
And
With water and soap. Someone says they love me. I love you too.
that's very good, Rosie. And because of that love, we want to protect people, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So when we sneeze or cough, we should cough into our elbows.
Exactly.
Do I have to cough into my elbow? I don't have elbows.
Well, you don't cough either.
Oh, true.
But you should always be, careful. You don't want people to cough on you.
No, that would be horrible. Imagine people coughing on you. How disgusting. I can't believe that was normal once.
Well, that was never normal. I think it's always been rude to cough on someone.
Yeah, it has, but now it's dangerous.
Yeah, that's why we must just take care, cough into our elbows, wear our masks.
Or a face shield.
But when you're wearing a face shield, it is recommended to wear a mask too.
Oh, yeah, because the face shield is the new trend. But make sure you're extra safe.
Yes, it's very important to be safe.
So, Adela,
Yes, Rosie.
it's not always raining when it's cold, right?
Well, it depends.
Because it was raining in Malaysia that you were wearing a short sleeve top. So it was hot.
Well, that makes it quite similar to Johannesburg. You see, in the summer, it rains.
It does.
And in the winter,
It doesn't rain.
it's very, very dry.
And cold. And windy. Just very cold.
Yeah, we actually found ice in our garden yesterday morning and this morning. It's been very, very cold, hasn't it?
It has. But does it rain anywhere when it's cold?
Well, here's a fun fact. In South Africa, which is the country where we live, we've got a few major cities. We live in one of them, which is Johannesburg.
Yeah, and it's dry in the winter and wet in the summer.
And then there is another major city called Cape Town.
And what about that city?
Well, it's dry in the summer and wet in the winter.
We have to have an episode on this kind of stuff because that's confusing. In the same country, the weather is completely opposite.
Well, not completely, because they have winter at the same time. You know, it's winter now in Cape Town too.
Oh, this is all too complicated, all this weather stuff and this cold stuff and then the hemisphere things and the longitude, latitude things.
Yeah, it is quite confusing.
So I think we should have like a whole lesson. Maybe we should get an expert. Is anyone watching like a geography teacher? Can we have you on at some point?
I think that's a great idea. I think in one of the coming episodes, we'll definitely have someone who knows more about geography, and we'll have a professional on to explain why they're different,
Seasons.
Yes, and different.
Time zones.
Yes, in different places in the world.
This is very interesting. But Bella, before we get carried away, I think we should get on to the next segment of our show.
I think so indeed. The next segment is one of my favorites. It is our fairy tale segment, which we post every Friday on our social media. So for this episode, what did we speak about?
I know.
What did we do?
We did Tinkerbell.
Yeah, we did do Tinkerbell, but who's with Tinkerbell?
Peter Pan.
Yes. Our story this week is about Peter Pan, a young boy who lives in Neverland. And Rosie, do you remember how to get to Neverland?
The second star on the right.
And straight on till morning. So stay tuned, kids. Let's watch Peter Pan.
Rosie is my puppet pal. Her hair is straight and yellow.
I wear a dress that's pink on hue,
And we both say hello.
Hello, my name is Rosie.
And I'm Isabela Jane.
So, what are we looking at today?
Today, Rosie, we're going to be telling the story of a classic tale that was written over 100 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
It sure is.
So, what is the story?
Well, it's Peter Pan, and it all begins with once upon a time. We're looking at our characters, Peter Pan, his sidekick who was a fairy called Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell? I want to be just like Tinkerbell.
Well, you look kind of similar to Tinkerbell.
Do I?
Yeah, except she wears green.
No, I can't do that.
So we're looking at Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, and her two brothers, Michael and John. So it all begins in the center of London. Wendy, Michael, and John are sleeping, and there's a commotion in their room.
What's happened?
Peter Pan's shadow is in their room.
His shadow? What about him?
Well, Peter Pan lost his shadow. You see, Peter Pan is a boy from Neverland, and in Neverland, you never grow up.
Wow.
So he lost his shadow, and it was in their nursery.
And what did Peter Pan do?
Well, Peter Pan had to try and get his shadow back. So he got into their room with his little sidekick Tinkerbell, who made a little tinkle, 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 tinkle whenever she moved. And there they captured his shadow, but he couldn't put it back on. Luckily, Wendy had woken up and she offered to help him put his shadow back on.
Okay.
So she sewed it back on so that Peter Pan would never lose his shadow again. And Peter Pan liked Wendy, and he said, "Would you like to fly?" And Wendy said, "What? That's impossible." And with this, her two brothers, Michael and John, woke up, and they said that they want to fly.
But you can't fly without an aeroplane or wings.
Yes, but Peter Pan says you can.
That rhymes.
Yes, and he says that with faith, trust, and pixie dust, you can fly.
Faith, trust, and pixie dust?
Exactly, Rosie. With just a little bit of imagination, you can do anything.
Including fly?
Including fly. So that's what they did. They all flew together to the second star to the right and straight on till morning.
And where did that take them?
That took them to Neverland. And in Neverland there were many interesting characters like pirates and fairies and mermaids.
Mermaids and unicorns?
I'm sure there were unicorns in Neverland too. So Wendy, John and Michael stayed with Peter Pan, and they met a group of young boys known as the Lost Boys. And they were about to have many adventures in Neverland. So one of the most interesting adventures that Wendy and her two brothers had with Peter Pan was with our character called Captain Hook.
He sounds scary. What happened to him? Look at him.
So this guy right here is our Captain Hook. And he lost his hand. And he doesn't like Peter Pan because Peter Pan played quite a big part in this whole affair. You see, a crocodile came and attacked Captain Hook while Peter Pan was distracting him, and Captain Hook lost his hand, and the crocodile swallowed his hand and his watch. So you could always hear the crocodile coming because it would go tick tock, tick tock.
That's so funny. Is that the crocodile?
Yes, that's the crocodile. So Captain Hook really didn't like Peter Pan, and now he didn't like his guests that he had on Neverland. So one day Captain Hook came up with this plan to kidnap Wendy and her brothers and the Lost Boys. But luckily, he didn't get Peter Pan because while they were all stuck on the pirate ship, being captives of all the pirates and Captain Hook, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell saved them.
Oh, that's good.
And Wendy said it was time to go home.
Oh, no.
But Rosie, she had to go home. But remember, she could always get back to Neverland because it's the second star to the right and then straight on till morning.
Especially if you've got faith, trust, and pixie dust.
That's right. So Peter Pan took them home, and in fact, he took the Lost Boys home as well, so that they weren't lost anymore.
Oh, so Peter Pan was all alone?
Well, not really, because Wendy always left her window open for Peter Pan to come and visit her and her brothers. The second star to the right shines in the night for you, to tell you that the dreams you plan really do come true.
The second star to the right
shines with a light so red.
And if it's Neverland you need,
Its light will lead you there.
Oh, Della, I love Peter Pan.
I love it too. I remember I grew up with that film and there were so many other different versions of the movie that was just, oh my goodness, such great memories of my childhood.
And then recently, or not too recently, remember the Tinkerbell movies were made.
Those Tinkerbell movies were so cool. So guys, I want to know, what is your favorite Disney film, book, series? I see.
I'm not a comment saying that they lost me. You see, they just lost me.
Well, it's for both of us.
No, it's just for me.
You know, it says Bella and Rosie.
It's just for me.
No. Okay, yeah, Rosie, it's just for you because, you know, I love you very, very much. I think you are very rosy and wonderful.
That's funny, Rosie, because I'm Rosie. You're funny.
Thank you.
Maybe they do love you. Just for little comments like that.
Thank you, Rosie.
I think I should sing more.
For what?
In the episodes.
Why?
I think it's magic when I sing.
Is it magic?
Yes, it's magic.
Do you know what magic is?
Yes, it's me. I am magic.
Okay, well, I think it's a very good time to introduce you guys to the segment of our show, which is called the 90-second showcase. And it is a moment where I love showing other people's talents and getting involved. So I started this thing getting people from around the world sending me what they love to do and what they're good at.
So what have you got this week?
We have got someone doing real magic. He is a young guy from Australia.
That's far away. That's very, very far.
And he is an aspiring magician. So please welcome Samuel McDonald.
Yes, Della, get it right. Samuel McDonald. Guys, watch. He's amazing. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Welcome to the 90-second showcase.
That's so cool.
It's really, really awesome.
You see, this is why I cannot get people's names wrong. It shouldn't be allowed, especially with talent like that. See, I want to say Samuel McDonald because that sounded fun to me. But Samuel McDonald, guys, remember that name, please, because it's so cool. And I was chatting to him today, and Rosie, he said he's got a lot more tricks. So hopefully we will have him back, and even for a little bit longer, because I think it is so amazing. And all the way from Australia. How amazing that we've got a platform now like ibm.tv that can bring us all together from all over the world. So I want to encourage everyone watching. I know that everything seems a little bit crazy with coronavirus, but it's brought out things like this, like IBM, like bringing talents like Samuel McDonald from Australia. And I think we can always grow from something.
And Della,
Yes,
I just saw a comment saying that I should sing more.
that you should sing more.
Yes.
I thought we were actually getting to something more profound than you just singing more.
It is profound. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate you.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. We've come to the end of our segment, but kids, stay tuned. We've got some coloring in and imagination from the School of Positivity coming up next. Stay safe,
Stay sanitized.
and thank you.
Bye. Love you.